Love is love. Love is not love. Shades of love. I'm an artist in love. I paint my love in beautiful hues and shades. I wonder, what's the color of love? I paint my love in some shades of blind blue. To know my love is purely true, I paint my love in some shades of ruby pink. To letter my love in lovely ink. I paint my love in some shades of yellow. To paint my love in some sweet mellow. I paint my love in some shades of pure white. To cool my love in snow white. I paint my love in some shades of hot red. To sleep my love in rosy red. I paint my love in some shades of brown. To pride my love in diamond crown. I paint my love in some shades of the darkest grey. To fade my love in the gravest shade. I paint my love in some shades of green. To prove my love is evergreen. I paint my love in some shades of star black. To prove and promise my love is never taken back. Shades are bright, shades are light, shades are just, shades are dust. But my love is incomplete without my shades of love in it.
Hey everyone, my name is Aashi and I'm studying in JNC Bangalore, and I'll be telling you about my poem Color Zone. It was basically, I have written this on the topic which was given for grade 3rd, that is Shades of Love. I hope you like my poem. Color Zone. It was thou forth love, which made the pain unbearable, and the words heard stung like needles. The brilliant crimson turned into faded black. The love once cherished turned into tortured wrath. Sense of self forgotten, self harm will turn always a flower rotten. Beginnings were filled with shades of love, the sweet, shy and hopeful love. It asked for blessings from the moon. Then there were phases of trial to become someone perfect, with qualities hiding your imperfections. It became a daily routine. Whispering, yet soundless duets of red starts engorging itself into hopeful love to give rise to a brilliant crimson. Crimson, the color of passion, burned the flames, significant to powerful love. This love, which sprouted soaring wings, created a strong mindset to move forth, to create happiness at its peak. Even the chrysanthemums bloomed red. But a mirage of fairy tale was created, preventing self from seeing white engulfing red. The sparks started to disappear and hollowness to prevail. Dreams were finally shattered by a cleft. The wings disappeared, leaving nothing but stark white. The reality came back to life. It claws, cutting away the fairy tale. White surrounded the mind. White gave options. Start or revert back. White then morphed to black. And when blackness soared, ashes rained down from the sky. Emptiness befalled. Droplets of years of pain finally bled maroon. It made one realize that all this time, the shades of color blending through the heart was of unrequited love. Heartbroken, but a speck of white still alive. Time started. White blended with black to give rise to grey. Grey pushed and pushed till the entire heart engulfed. Painful experiences gave lesson. Happiness gave strength. Combining both grey gave the perfect self-love. With my flaws accepted, imperfections turned over to beauty marks. Love burning for another started burning for oneself, and finally the person bloomed, shining like a star. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, I'm Arushi Banerjee, class 10A, Delhi Public School, Dugapur. Well, why did I select this poem, Mind and Melancholy? In today's competitive environment, life is quite stressful, right? There are limited available resources and we need to fight to get the opportunities at hand. Sometimes this stressful environment is quite overwhelming. So here I begin my poem, Mind and Melancholy. Near the lush green fields I stand, old memories begin to plant and relentlessly expand. In this hustle bustle of life, so busy in my inner strife, little me fighting for existence, sometimes overlooking the beauty of coexistence, while trying to console my frustrated soul. Many truths of life unfold. Somber, reflective, insipid, my mind goes numb. My young turbulent mind wonders, am I that dumb? I reason, no one can achieve my lamentation, but rather by remaining steadfast through constant motivation and determination. Why so harshly do I myself judge? Should not I sometimes live life like a free-willed bird? And let the voice of mind rather stay unstirred. Setting myself free in the gusts of wind, knocking the brows of hills, leisurely floating like a free spirit, a cool breeze giving me chills. Slowing my pace, gentle and quiet, I surmise all is in the mind. The cleansing nature of melancholy gives me a second chance to contemplate and fight.
Hello everybody, I'm Snehitha, an undergraduate from BVRIT College, Hyderabad. Firstly, I would like to extend my gratitude towards AIFEST for establishing a platform for creative minds, and it's my pleasure to secure an A grade in the poetry competition. I have always believed in creative thinking, and this being my first poetry competition is a great beginning, and I'm looking forward for many more ahead. We are all aware about the current scenario that we are facing, that is coronavirus. Here's a poem which expresses my view about the pandemic. The title of my poem is Other Side of a Coin. Corona went in the speed of bits and bytes, a huge pause for our mechanical lives. Whole world experienced tremendous poignant. Instinctively, it turned out to be rampant. Thank you, police, doctors, teachers for being philanthropic in this pandemic. Worthwhile is the family time we got to spend. Cooking, planting, Google Meeting became a trend. Hidden talents uprooted. Memories were recalled. But scenario is divergent on the other side of the coin. We are fighting with COVID-19. Some are fighting for meals as well. Awards, money, fame can't help. Masks, sanitizers are always to be kept. Let's pray to God to bestow the best deeds. Let's destroy Corona before it seeds. Once again, thank you AIFEST for this opportunity, and I would like to appreciate all the participants for putting your creativity to the next level, and I wish many more events to take place on the platform of AIFEST. Thank you everyone. Hello everybody. I'm Snehitha, an undergraduate from BVRIT College, Hyderabad. Firstly, I would like to extend my gratitude.
Hello, one and all listening this recitation. I'm Khushi Yadav, a student of Amity University, Madhya Pradesh. I'm resident of Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. Here on this platform, today I'm going to recite a poem, Shades of Love. Hope you will like it. So here's the poem. Silence all around. All I could hear was the soft sound. The memories were upheaving in my head, evacuating these memories which were never dead. Years were passing, and you stayed near and dear like a beautiful present. The night we met was a random one. It may have been so long ago that, like you, I have met none. We were just 20, and you looked at me with the first juncture. And since that night, every meeting with you was a rapture. Skeptically and credentially, my golden heart was blooming. Flowers of love. I prayed that you were the solution to all my growing pain. It is still to stay together. We were feeling. Together we were exploring the shades of our love. With every misunderstanding and understanding, our love was raising. It was good to love and profound to understand each other. We were of 25 and you asked for my hand. And the happy sad moments with you passing like sand. Every shade with you was perfect, like clouds on full moonlight. They completed me like a perfectly bloomed mellow. Scribbling together, we were completing our story with all those shades of our love.
Greetings of the day. This is Soni, and I'm happy that my poem Shades of Love was selected, and the category was everything else, and my full name is Soni M, and the background in which the poem was written is about Lord Krishna. I have taken Lord Krishna as my subject, and I have written this poem. And I have taken all the 9 rasas, which are like Hasya, Adbhuta, Shringara, Bhayanaka, Raudra, Veera, Bibhatsa, Karuna and Shanta rasa. All these 9 rasas of Krishna, and I have taken him that God's love can be experienced in all these 9 rasas. Now over to the poem. Shades of Love. Hasya. That is laughter. Here comes our little love, the darling of Vrindavan, playing with cattle and doves, dancing with cowherds along, laddus, butter, rice, appams, feeding each other generously, naughty smiles and games, mischievous, with the law to take care earnestly. Now here, this is the Hasya Rasa. Now we will move on to Adbhuta. Don't tell Yashoda, O Rama, for she doesn't know who Kanha is. It's only a matter of love for Dharti Ma. that he is creating a Leela by eating bits. Stopped by stronghold of mom, the little Krishna smiled, showed the entire universe without a mum, in little mouth with Yashoda shocked. Now we'll move on to Shringara Rasa. Dark blue Yamuna flows aside to the wonderful flute tunes. The coy Radha sits like a bride, the lovely damsel moving on the dunes. Scintillating moonlight flows on, par with the blue and white streams. The whole universe get drunk on, spread the world with wonderful dream. Now it's Raudra. Black, orange, purple and red, caught by mindful illusions, lay there the Kaliya's head with lost energy and visions. With wife's intent surrounded, stood humbly and low, as the Lord's feet got stamped on the hoods and glided slow. Then we have Bhayanaka, means the fear factor. The panic-struck Kamsa sat aside on his golden throne. Alas, the mighty elephant lies flat, and the muscular restless groan. The savage king quivers. Mukunda made a move robust, filled the room with shivers. The cruel monarch tastes the dust. Then we have Veera, that is courage. Arise, awake, Arjuna, show your valor. Do not get cast down with illusions and worldly allure. You are the chosen one. Trust no one except me. Pick up the arrow and bow. I can clear all your plea. Spring up the bow. Then we have the Bhibhatsa, that is the disgust of the Kurukshetra war. 18 days to go, the war of blood and flesh hiss. In the conscience that blow, there is no chance to miss. Revolt, repression and disgust, so many emotions hurt, ruled by unjust and distrust, painted the Kurukshetra art. Then we have the Karuna, the compassion, holding the harmony ties close in heart, soul and mind. With his satchel and emotional overdose, Sudama's tears made him blind. Krishna graced with friendly hug, washed his feet, served food, covered him with a golden rug, remembered all moments of good. Now finally the Shanta Rasa, about tranquility. It speaks about the God's love. Awesome, comforting, benevolent, unconditional is God's love. For the mankind that is indolent, a boon coming from skies above. A solace for the restful souls who belong to the disturbing land. Look upon the Krishna as a whole to guide you with a magical hand. So this is all about my poem. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Hello everyone, I'm Madhumathi, a bilingual poet. I write in Tamil and English. It's a pleasure and honor to read my poem Shades of Love, selected for publication with the AIFEST poetry competition. Shades of Love. The palette speaks. The browns of the earth, in its invisible layers, he hid his words like rain as love lashes upon his heart. Honey-soaked whispers exude. Petrichor-scented words sprout in lush green upon her barren soul. Bronze canvas and emerald art, near yet far. Where will she hide the color that blooms as she blushes when the earth turns her into a forest of flowers? Who will stop the wind from carrying the fragrances of every petal, gossiping about her love? And who will stop her from buying pictures for mirages? And stop him, the earth, from drinking her tears with an unquenchable thirst? Oh, the myriad shades of love, pleasure and pain painted upon the canvas of life, unpredictable tears and laughter, smiles and frowns the shades leave behind. In mysterious blue of the night, enigmatic purple, the unspoken words blanket her as quills on colder winter nights. Her eyes longing for the bonfire of happiness, warm flames blooming as yellow-orange petals under the milky blue sky, shade of vast and bound wings, hope sprouts. In the color of rain, love gently showers upon her soul, silvery, shimmering strings and drops, like tapestry and sequins. Kisses planted in dreams are embroidered as poems. Multicolored designs wink at her. Each shade of love carries a story. Warm, cool, soft, each color's voice speaks the language of love. Bold, chirpy, shy, however love speaks, it is love that anchors the soul. It is love that shoulders the world. She, he, you, or me. It isn't the shade of love that matters, but its color fastness that makes life a timeless artwork of love. It isn't the shade of love that matters, but its color fastness that makes life a timeless artwork of love. About myself, I'm a bilingual poet. I write in Tamil and English. Besides poetry, music, photography is my passion, and nature is my eternal muse. My poems are published with the Poetry Society India of AAPC All India Poetry Competition, with the multilingual anthology Poetic Prism, Chennai Poet Circle's CPC's Efflorescence, India Poetry Circle's Madras Hues Myriad Views, and in e-zines in the UGC approved Muse India, in IWJ, that is International Writers Journal, and Stories in OPA, Inner Child Press, Positive Vibes, and Science Shore. On this note, I would like to thank my mentor, a good friend, a wonderful soul, and above all, an amazing poet, Mr. Vijay, who lives in Banglore currently. He's a theatre actor, director, acting coach, technical editor, language and communication trainer, and such a giver. So a huge thank you. It's an honor and joy to mention about you, to talk about you, Vijay. On behalf of all you students, once again, loads of gratitude to you. Thank you very much. And thanks a ton to each and every single soul in my friend circle who have always supported me in my writing journey. You souls know who you are, so I don't want to miss out anyone. So thanks a ton to each and every loving soul. Thank you. I want to share my thoughts on the importance of writing about and speaking about mental health and create awareness through our writing, through any form of art, to break the stigma and to create space for people to pour out, to vent, to be there for someone, to reiterate the importance of empathy, kindness and compassion. Collective compassion, collective humanity can definitely create a huge change in someone's life, in many people's lives. So my thoughts here. If you judge someone's life to be merry by seeing just their smile, then you haven't shook hands with their tears. She or he looking happy is different from actually being happy. And the society's definition for happiness is sadly often based on the external signs, looks, outfits, tangible material prosperity, or how popular one is. Sigh. How often have we made efforts to decipher the silence, the unspoken, or by being receptive, explore the possibilities of hidden aches or quivering tears behind "nothing, I'm fine," and the pause after those words from someone who looked normal or happy? To create space for others, gifting trustworthiness to open up, to gently nudge, to break the shell and vent, is our responsibility to accomplish collective healing of the society, where a lot of unheard souls long for healing. Often, the stigma around mental health create more victims who shrink themselves more, build a wall around them for the fear of being judged or their emotions and pain trivialized. They share just a page or two, and burn the whole book, but what crackles in the end is your unheard wailing soul. Let's be there. Let's listen. It is always possible. Every single day it is possible to be there for someone in a very small way and make a difference if we are willing to empathize with souls around us.
Hello everyone, I am Dugapur from Delhi, India. I did my graduation from HGTV Khalsa College, University of Delhi. I did my masters in English literature from IGNOU. First of all, I would like to thank AIFEST for giving me such a great opportunity to present my poem to everybody. The theme of my poem is love and the title of my poem is Love Perfecteth. So I am going to recite my poem. In heart of heart, this heart repines. To when come that day, O beloved, thou shalt be mine. Not thou when I have, look how wide of day is filled by. From an orchard nearby, eat I peach, sour and lime. Oh, without you, sweetest of sweet, turns a sour grape. Then a heart filled with anxiety, an ocean of gushing tide, finding suddenly myself at its very shore. Then amidst the gale of winds, decipher I a face of one, in heart of hearts, to whom it calls its own. That pretty dame of my sweet dreams, tell me thou when it shall be. I be yours, and mine you shall be. Now from an orchard to orchard I move, pluck I roses with thorns unremoved, to every petal of which I remove, contemplating upon thou be or not be mine. I amble, I stumble, I rove, to then the fragrance of jasmine I bow. Them I pluck, one by one, that a garland so pretty I will give you one, putting forth yellow blazing marigolds at your lotus feet. With it the sun sets the day, leaving brim my heart with dreams of another day, the day when this heart will call aloud. O pretty mistress, I wait the day that thou shalt be mine. Trees of cherry, trees of pine, O someone hear this heart pines. Intoxicated it sings madly to rhymes of love and life. O come, my beloved, hear these songs of mine. Come to the clutches of my heart and yours hand in mine. Go shall we go to some place where no one shall find no one there, where you and me shall together fare, to far off lands where neither you and I shall care. Oh, thy queen of my heart's throne, come now and descend for the sake of life of my very own. Thy locks entangle, eyes fascinate, oh me, oh me, oh me. Thy rosy lips congeal the flow of the very blood for a moment, where my heart stops to know the very beat of its speed, as if seizes my life to any flow. Chokes my heart, eyes my open in dark of night, whether in dream or in real, not I know. Saw the face of someone, now be it a fairy, my dream lady. For such is my state, nothing other suits my taste. But I wait, I wait, I wait and wait, to that day when merry between shall us be made. Thank you. Everybody wants to be loved. To this I will quote Khalil Gibran's quote. One day you will ask me, which is more important, my life or yours? I will say mine, and you will walk away, not knowing that you are my life. Thank you.
Hello everyone, hope you all are safe and well. This is Pallavi Panda from Odisha, India. Currently pursuing my bachelor's degree with English honors at SPM Auto College, Jagatsinghpur. I love to write poem, but in my point of view, we have only one life, so I like to do everything which gives me happiness and want to live my every moment of life. To me, writing is something that gives me a way to express my thoughts and desires. I believe in positivity and I have an ample of faith on God. Finally, the title of my poem is Carry Corona. The poem is all about the terrific image of coronavirus and its result that the humankind is facing now. Now, I am going to recite my poem. Scary Corona. I breathed in the morning air, through a maze of fiber and yarn, covered myself with a silk and blue gown to step outside and to water my lawn. Who could have thought a creature smaller than a grain of sand would have sent even the kingdom of sand into a state of shock and despair? For months I wished I could sit with my mom, to just lie on her lap and listen to her. I could still hear her say, "I love you, dear," looking through the window sill of her hospital room as it is her 10th day in quarantine. I am broken and hopeless now. I lost my means of earning. Yes, still holding on to life, with a million prayers sent to all the gods above, to present us a boon that a day would come when we look at each other and the sky without a mask or a shield to hold our smile. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sarita Shashidharan. I am a PhD research scholar from BITS Pilani, Hyderabad campus. I have a lot of hobbies. I like to try new things because I believe that unless you try new things, you can't know if you like them or not in most cases. And writing poetry has been a passion for quite some time because I feel like poetry allows me to convey emotions in a way that other forms of writing did not. Like, it allows me to convey it better than I could in other forms of writing. So the poem that I submitted was under the category Shades of Love. And just to give a small background, just a little, it's not a poetry analysis, don't worry. Just to give a small background, it's mostly about the idea of an ideal love. So it's not specifically about a person per se, but it's more about the love, the ideal love kind of thing. And just one more thing, the starlight, my poem's titled My Irresistible Starlight. The starlight mostly came from the idea that this kind of an ideal love is something that's comforting, something that's beautiful, and also something that's very, very far. So here's my poem. My Irresistible Starlight. Her feet danced slowly along the snow-white floor as she made her way towards the black door. The narrow corridors, filled with light, could not compete with her vibrant vivacity, ever so bright. She laughed, and her eyes lit up with happiness. She was pure innocence, without guile or falseness. The lace shawl billowed around her like a wispy cloud, as she smiled gently and turned her head half around. Silently, she stretched her hand out, her gentle hand in mine, dissolving all lingering doubt. Her steps were firm and sure-footed as she led me towards the black door, my being now entrusted to her evermore. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Hello everyone, I am Sai Bhakre from class 9, Kokila Bain Dhirubhai Ambani, Reliance Foundation School, Jamnagar. We all know that life has its highs and lows. We all prefer happy and upbeat poems. The other emotion, sadness, is usually not welcomed and it's supposed to be hidden. But I believe that sadness should be accepted like any other emotion. My mother had to be away from home for about 8 months because she was one of the many COVID 19 warriors. My father also had to go to his office. The fact that I would be alone for 8 to 10 hours seemed daunting. There were times when I had meltdowns. I would channelize my anger and sorrow into the poems which I wrote. I remember I wrote Rainy Tears on one such rainy morning. It goes like this: I don't wish to smile. I would like to be on my own. Sadness gently sweeps over me, accompanied by rainy tears. Why am I crying? I can't really find a reason. Is it the weather or is it my mind's rainy wish? I dash out in the rain and it washes away my tears. With the murky water, they are flushed down the drain. The wind is furious and down comes the ancient branch. The water current is merciless and it takes the ants aboard with its gush. There is no one on the road. Am I the next victim of this fury? Dark clouds in the sky, but darker are my thoughts. The power of downpour drenches me from head to toe. Yet I don't mind, for I am miserable. Melancholy is inside me. It flows in my veins. It plays with my mind, and I am miserable. Melancholy surrounds me. It is here, there, and everywhere. In my mind, in my heart, in my soul, and it engulfs the entire world. Crying is not good, consolers would say. They want me to put a mask on my sadness and wear a fake smile. They claim to understand, but I doubt they do. Stop crying, dear. Alas, I can't help it. I am lonesome and sad. There are others worse off than me. I'll shed a tear for them too, and cry, for I can't help it. For I can't help it. Thank you.
Hello. Wow, this is a little bit awkward. Can I make my doodle blush? Yeah? Okay, then I'm gonna simplify it a bit. Well, let's try this again, shall we? Hello, I am Shruti. I am a student at National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad. And for the context of this contest, I participated under the category 3 age group. I'm here to present a little poem I wrote and a little video I made for it. But before that, I'll just talk a little bit about myself and how I ended up writing this poem. So, I've always been enchanted by reading and writing since a very young age. If I had to count, I've been writing for roughly a decade. Yeah, a decade. But it was only recently that I've started venturing more into the professional and community aspects of writing, like getting an Instagram and getting other blogs and stuff. And you can find my poems and other little art pieces I make at Instagram under my profile of Midnight Poetry and Chai. But coming to this poem, what was the inspiration behind this poem? I think it was just an extension of a thought. Sometimes when we read, we come across opinions and ideas which we felt were so unique to us. But here they are, written by someone who existed long before we ever did. In this poem, the narrator explores that line of thought, but with respect to the theme of love and what all it might truly mean. Well, I won't take too much of your time. If you do watch it, and I hope you will, I hope you take some time out and let me know what you think about it. Anything I can improve, any other critiques, whether it be on my page or my Instagram or simply in the comments section of this video. Thank you for listening to me, and I truly hope you like this. Everywhere you read, they say love is like the color red, like fire, like blood, with equal amounts of passion and pain. Love is burning in such a pleasure where you covet and own and possess, and, like a wild instinct, hold on to skin, to bones, and to memories. Everywhere he wrote, he would say, love isn't red, at least not just that itself. It is a spectrum beyond what our mere words or bare understanding of chemical interactions can even begin to define. They say you're a lover if you know the taste of kiss-bruised lips, know of the scent of skin and hair trembling, of a passion beyond metaphors. He never negated that, but his love encompasses more. His definition of love, wrote he, would never be devoid of the warmth of the morning sun, of softly exchanged glances and touches beyond veils, of the scent and sensation of everything from skin to hair to fur, to the overwhelming bubbling emotion beyond need in your heart, a warm, gentle feeling settling in the depths of your being, like a gentle breeze on a hot day. He wrote it was the effort he made to befriend the neighborhood cat and the softness of its fur as it nuzzled closer. He wrote of letters on old papers passed from friend to friend, folded in repetitive lines, a fragment, a plane, a boat. He wrote about learning to play the guitar, of singing under the stars for the first time and not being teased, of the liquid warmth of a genuine smile, of the smell of firewood on a colder night, of family, both blood-bound and found, of wrinkles over old skin and laugh lines around gentle eyes. The more he wrote, the more he was stumped by people who would refuse to accept his words. It's written pretty, they say, but that's not love. It's not love. No, it is not. And though spun well the song he had sung, they didn't acknowledge it in the end. But maybe, just maybe, the words he should have received, those he deserved to hear about the beauty of the love he defined, its grace, its lovely design, I wonder how to convey it. These words I want to share, brought about by words of a man alive centuries ago, who seems to have shared a similar heart as my own. I know not how to say them after all.
Intertwined love. I had observed your love in my heart, how soil observes water. I felt your love deep inside me, like my veins getting watered every day. You'd come to me every morning and be the ray of sun for my heart, and in return my heart would turn into a flower bed. Your love was just like my flowers, deeply rooted inside my heart. Plucking any one of them would cause me damage and diminish my beauty. Every day my flowers turned more beautiful, and you kept wondering the secret behind it. It has always been you, and my love for you will never cease to exist. For I have intertwined the roots of my flowers with the roots of your love.
Hello, my name is Tulsi Nambyar. I'm studying in the 10th grade in Hebron School, Ooty. My poem comes under the theme of new love. After listening to my poem, you will have to guess what I have written about. My first love. O dearest of dearest, come unto me, my desire for you as wide as the sea. I cannot deny my love for you. I almost breathe only for you. I walked into your house, I looked for the special you. Fallen beneath me was your blouse, but where were you? O dearest of dearest, come unto me, my love for you as strong as tea. I cannot deny how I yearn for you, but nothing of the sort comes from you. There you sit in a shelf. I climb to reach you, seeming like an elf, but anything for you.
Hi everyone, I am V. Nithya of BCom AIFEST department. I am here to share my poem on the topic the pandemic. And before that, I would like to share a small incident. I was in second standard. I wrote a short story in my rough note, which I showed it to my second standard class teacher Gauri ma'am. She was so surprised and she was so happy and she encouraged me a lot, which also motivated me a lot and which was an initial spark for me to start writing. And after that, I started writing in my free periods like that, and I started participating in competitions. I started writing poems in quotes, and yes, like that, today I'm here to present my poem on the topic the pandemic. So yes, let's have a look at it. Oh yes, here's my poem, The Pandemic. Anybody sick, stuck in the pandemic. People wearing masks, which was a difficult task. Lack of food, lack of peace, praying to get out of this in ease. Rich became poor, poor became poorer. Doctors had drastic powers with their plastic covers. Days and nights went in, losses and lockdown. People were not just affected by the disease, but in many ways. Let's pray for the normal and get out of the new normal. Thank you. So, this poem is like my opinion on the pandemic. And yes, we have a doctor in our family who's treating corona patients. So yes, I'm very proud about her, and like this is a dedication to all the people, all the police, all the doctor, all the nurses, all the people who are helping to the COVID-19 patients and to the whole India. Thank you.